Thank you very much, Mr. Tony, and
Thank
welcome
you.
to Ethiopia.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
How long have you been here?
On this trip, 2 days now. This is my second day.
How do you get the country? How do you describe the weather condition?
You have a wonderful country, fantastic potential, really nice and happy people. Yeah, I mean, this is my third time here, and I'm happy to be back.
And why you here?
Oh yeah, so Dubai tourism obviously takes a lot of interest in Africa, and one of the countries that they're very particularly interested in is Ethiopia. When it comes to visitors to Dubai, the #1 country from Africa is Ethiopia. So you have lots of people coming from Ethiopia to Dubai, and we want this, of course, to continue. So I'm here to look at how we can increase those numbers, how we can make the experience even better. And there's some areas I want to look at which are slightly different to areas we've been looking at before. We've been focused mainly on leisure and business tourism. I want to start to look at medical tourism as well, and to see how we can promote that to get people to travel to Dubai, not just to have fun, but also to take care of themselves as well.
Yeah, that's great. As we all know that currently all eyes are on Dubai, and many countries are making a close friendship with Dubai, and Ethiopia is among the leading countries just making a very closed contact with it. And how do you describe the friendship between Dubai and Ethiopia in terms of tourism?
No, I think when you look at countries in Africa that have tourism potential, I'd rank Ethiopia in the top tier of those countries. Ethiopia has so much to offer. I personally am looking forward to exploring more of Ethiopia, because the story for Ethiopia is a proud one. It's one that even us who are not from Ethiopia are proud to speak about Ethiopia. But you have from the lows of the Danikili depression to the highs, and you see the sort of variety that Ethiopia has to offer. And so for us, we see huge potential. It's no good to Dubai if people are flying from Ethiopia to Dubai and the plane goes back empty. We would like to see, cross-purposing, in other words, people going from Dubai and other Gulf countries also to Ethiopia. So I think that there's a lot of exchange that can happen. I know that the tourism bodies between the two countries have been speaking. And it's not for me to say. I'm sure at some point there will be announcements to be made, but there's obviously a lot of potential. There are things that Dubai can teach Ethiopia, and there are things that Ethiopia can also teach to Dubai as well.
You know that Africa is rich in natural resources, and I heard that you have Nigerian blood, so that you could be the best person to talk about Africa. What do you think are the major challenges of tourism in Africa?
Okay, so in Africa, we've not necessarily relied on tourism as a source of revenue. If you go to Dubai, you'll see that they've gone beyond oil. They look at tourism as a major index or a pillar of the economy. And for Africa, we've never really had that as a push. Maybe you have some of that in Kenya, a little bit of that in Egypt, but still not enough. What needs to happen is that people need to look beyond the resources under the ground and talk about the resources that are above the ground, the resources that you can see without having to dig too deep. The people, the terrain, the wildlife, and that is something that we do not sell enough of. But what I think is becoming increasingly clear, and Dubai has set this example, is that you can build an economy on the back of tourism. And if you take tourism seriously, then your economy will be the better for it. So Dubai has set a standard. Dubai is not the first. Many people travel to New York, to Paris, various big cities around the world, and they've been going there, and those countries were top of the list for a long time to come. But slowly we're starting to see other destinations. You're seeing a lot of activity now, of course, in the Middle East, and then Dubai, of course, is leading that charge. Recently we had the Qatar World Cup, and people went to Doha and said, wow, is this what this place looks like? So I have been to Ethiopia. I've seen enough of Ethiopia to know that this country is probably the country with one of the best potentials for tourism in Africa. So Ethiopians need to dig deep and open up the country to tourism. Very important.
Yeah, that's great. I personally believe that tourism will get stronger and stronger the more it is promoted. In this regard, media has, the biggest role. So in this regard, what do you think should be done to promote the media and art sectors in promoting Dubai tourism to Ethiopia and Ethiopian tourism to Dubai?
Yeah, okay, so always when you're promoting a country, the best way to do it is to do it in sectors. As I was saying, we focused on leisure, focused on business. So if you want to do international conferences or international events, Dubai is always one location that is discussed. So in the business context, you have this. If you want to go to nice hotels, have a nice time at the beach, relax, you have the option of going to Dubai, and you have these options as well. Again, it is sectoral. Entertainment and media is something now that Dubai is promoting aggressively. I just came back from the Africa Middle East Fashion Week, and you could see designers from all over Africa exhibiting their wares in Dubai and getting lots of attention. So it's really about developing sectors, but taking time to say, okay, this sector needs to be developed. And Dubai is very good at that. They take a sector and they now try to build excellence in that sector. And if you think about Dubai, 90-something% of the people working in Dubai are not from Dubai. So they've opened up the place because they don't have the population that can handle it. So they've opened up the place to allow experts, professionals to come in. They've made the environment conducive for them, and they've said, come and showcase what you have. So the same thing needs to happen, of course, here. You have a fantastic arts and entertainment scene. If I'm looking at Africans in Dubai, one of the largest communities in Dubai is the Ethiopian community. A few months back, I was with Dubai Tourism when a comedian, Eshetu, was coming into town. And when they heard Eshetu was coming into town, they were running around trying to make sure that they can make arrangements for him. The cross-cultural integration is absolutely critical. So just as Dubai has developed these sectors, the same has to happen in Ethiopia. If it's your wildlife, you've got people like Aziz Ahmed. He's doing very well in the wildlife sector. That is a brand. You take it, you promote it, you publicize it. And so as long as Ethiopia can open the door for this possibility, I think the future is bright.
That's good. Well, during your stay here in Ethiopia, what are you planning to do, or were you planning to fly and maybe visit?
No flying for me. What I'm going to be doing is a lot of interaction with the people. I've gone around Addis several times. Addis is clean, a lot cleaner than a lot of cities I've visited, so I like that. The people are friendly. I haven't heard anybody raising their voice. I'm sorry to my Nigerian brothers, but if I was in Lagos, I'll be hearing shouting and noise everywhere. But I know the Ethiopians are much calmer. I like that. The hotel staff, the drivers, the people I'm seeing and interacting with, the most pleasant people.
Have you ever tasted Ethiopian coffee?
I have. In fact, as on my way, I just got, I can't remember the name now. It starts with T. Someone gave me 2 packs of Ethiopian coffee. I like coffee, but my wife loves coffee. So my wife is going to be very happy to receive these packs of coffee.
Here in Ethiopia, the foods are really different from the Western and other countries.
Injera.
And injera, of course.
Yeah.
The most funny thing that I heard people just describing our injera as a spongy bread. Do you feel that way?
Okay, so injera for me is not the highlight, it's the sauce. Because there are different sauces that you can eat with injera. So yeah, injera is, I look at injera as a bit like almost like a pancake. It's you know it's a pancake, and then even the injera, apparently there are different types of injera, but for me it's the sauce that goes with the injera that's the highlight. But I love it. Spongy bread is not a hugely different description, but there's something else I want to try, which I forget the name now, but it's made out of banana, the bark.
The peel of banana.
Not the banana peel, but the tree itself. You pull out the leaves are like.
We call it kocho.
Yeah, and then
Kocho, yeah.
you have to scrape it.
They make it like this.
Yes.
Yes.
Then you scrape it, and then you put it. Then you.
Kocho.
It's kocho.
Yeah.
I want to try that because I've never known that you can use the banana leaf. Sorry, not the leaf. Yeah, you can call it the leaf, but the banana stem, and actually make a meal out of that.
It's a very fantastic and indigenous food.
Injera, I hear injera takes about 3 days to prepare. Is it true?
Sure. It has its own process. Anyway, let's take out of the personal questions.
They're making me hungry, yeah?
Yeah, sure. As you know that Western countries are here in Africa for their interests, and you know why they're here. We know their interests. And I want to know why Dubai are here. What is your intention in Africa, particularly in Ethiopia?
Sort of someone who represents Dubai tourism here, and looking at the numbers of people that travel from Africa to Dubai. You have to understand that Dubai's purpose really is to find out who wants to come to Dubai and to try and see how they can make their life and their experience in coming to Dubai even better. So, one of the observations is that we have lots of people coming to Dubai. And Dubai tourism was not doing much. And Dubai tourism said, we're not doing much, but all these people are coming. So, maybe we should look at what we can do to make life even easier and to get more people to come. And so they came to Dubai, trained the travel agents, explained Dubai to the travel agents, because you have to understand that as a travel agent, somebody comes to you and says, I want to go to Dubai. You just tell them how much the ticket is, and they go. But what if, when the person says you want to go to Dubai, you ask them, when you go to Dubai, what do you want to do? And when the person tells you, you start to walk the person through the possibilities and tell the person, do you know that you can do this? Are you aware that you can get this? Do you know that the Ethiopian community in Dubai is very large and that these are the places where you can go and get good Ethiopian food? Do you know that if you do X, Y, and Z, your ticket price can come down? So in doing this training, we find that the numbers are increasing. More people are coming. More people are getting the experience. And then Dubai said to the travel agents, how can we help you? What other things can we do? So Dubai is not sitting down and saying, people are coming, fantastic. Dubai is going into Ethiopia to see how they can make things even easier for the travel agents, how they can make Dubai become even more viable as a destination. So Dubai is taking a lot of time to make sure that the experience of the Ethiopian in Dubai is better than before. So what is really happening now is an exchange between Dubai and Ethiopia. Ethiopians are already coming to Dubai in their numbers. Many of them are coming to work. Many of them are coming to spend time in Dubai, not just come and go, but spend time in Dubai. But there are quite a lot of people who are doing the tourism, and our job is to try and see how we can encourage those people and bring them in even more numbers to Dubai.
Well, let me tell you one amazing story you may get wondered. There is a place named Dubai Tara in our country, in this city, Addis Ababa. I think you have heard about Mercato. Yeah, Mercato, the biggest market in Africa. In Mercato, there is one particular place named Dubai Tara. It's like Dubai Tara means Dubai Station or Dubai Corner, you may call it. Now, just life starts from that particular corner or stations. Now you can go everywhere, all over the city. The feeling and taste of Dubai is here. You can find used cars, clothes, electronics, many things. Means that we are actively purchasing many things from Dubai. And I feel that Dubai should do the same thing in return. In this regard, what do you think are the ways or the opportunities that Ethiopia can benefit from Dubai?
Okay, so this is a very good question, because if you look at Africa, I want to travel to Dubai from, say, Rwanda. I'm flying for 7 hours. I want to fly from Nigeria. I'm flying for 7 hours. But I want to fly from Ethiopia, 3 hours. Now, I told you that lots of expatriates work in Dubai. Over 90% of the working population are expatriates. When it comes to the weekends, they're bored. They're looking for where to go to. They're looking for a place they can get a quick visa and go and enjoy something different. They've been working, Monday to Friday. They want to go and relax somewhere. Why not Ethiopia? So this is a question Ethiopians have to answer, because for Dubai to attract people to Dubai, you can see people are working. I'm here today. You go to different countries, there are people working on behalf of Dubai. Ethiopia has to say to themselves, we need people coming. What's the strategy for Africa? What's the strategy for Europe? What's the strategy for America? But also, what is the strategy for Dubai? And there are 3 things that they need to do very easily. Number 1 is make entry into Ethiopia as smooth as possible. If you go to Rwanda, you come, you don't need, as long as you're African, you don't need visa. Rwanda is one of the jewels of Africa. It's a nice place, it's fantastic for investment. The cleanest city in Africa, the most safest city in Africa. But Addis is not far behind. So you have a huge opportunity, make access easier. If access is easier, people will come. The fact that you have one of the best airlines, if not the best airline in Africa, means that people pass through your airport anyway. The question is, are they staying? Are they just passing through, connecting to another location? Are they stopping? What encouragement are you giving them to stop? There are many things they can do about that, but first thing first is to make the entry into Ethiopia easy. The second thing to do is educate Dubai about Ethiopia. And this comes from this cross-cultural thing. Like now I'm here. I'm coming to find out for myself. But if I don't come, Ethiopia should come to me. And how do you do that? Just as Dubai came to train travel agents here about how to sell Dubai, somebody needs to train travel agents in Dubai about how to sell Ethiopia. Because if all the travelers are going to this location to buy tickets, to go anywhere, if you've spoken to these people, they say, have you thought about Ethiopia? Have you thought about Addis? Do you know about the depression? Do you know about the Afar region? Do you know about the salt plains? Do you know about the volcano, live volcano?
Eruption, yeah.
So it's like all of these jewels need to be told in Dubai, in Africa, in Europe, in the USA. The other thing they need to do is media. And Dubai does this a lot. I was telling you before the program that Dubai regularly flies the media to Dubai from all over the world. How many media from Africa are flying to Addis? You've got the airline. I'm sure there's some empty seats. Fly some media. Put them in a hotel. They will write about the hotel. If they're going to write about the hotel should give them low price accommodation. So the Tourism Association can afford to fly people, fly them back. And when they go back to their country, they will talk about Ethiopia like no man's business. And this is something that Ethiopia can do. So potential is huge. Second largest population in Africa. The opportunity is fantastic. And all I can say is I wish I was Ethiopian, because you are at the beginning of a lot of great things. This generation that is coming up is going to have a much better Ethiopia than the generation before them. And that's exciting.
People here in Ethiopia do know very much about Dubai because you are really well promoted. And in the eyes of Dubai, or in the eyes of the world, how well promoted Ethiopians are in terms of tourism?
Yeah, so not enough is the case. Even Dubai, that is well promoted, as you say, they are still wanting to do more.
Comparatively?
Yeah, so Dubai it's not fair to compare Dubai because Dubai has been doing this for a long time. Dubai was a desert. And when they talked about millions of people coming and tall buildings, they were laughing at them. They thought something was wrong with them. But they had a vision and they walked it through. There's no elections there. So you have much more opportunity for stability. The promotion that Dubai is doing, to a great extent, a lot of it is word of mouth. People who have experienced Dubai telling people who are close to them about Dubai. And so what they're trying to achieve by coming to Ethiopia to say, let's have Ethiopians come to Dubai, is that when these Ethiopians come back to Ethiopia and they're telling their brothers, they're telling their sisters, they're telling their parents, their friends, their siblings, their children, what they experienced, it's more authentic than marketing. And so the same thing for Ethiopia. At some point, you want people who are not from Ethiopia to be the ones who are telling their siblings, their brothers, their family members and friends about the experience of Ethiopia. I know that just because of me, a lot of people have come to Ethiopia. And so if you have more people who have their own circle of friends, then you will now have more people marketing Ethiopia and telling people about the prospects of Ethiopia. Dubai trains even taxi drivers. Even the taxi drivers who pick you up from the airport are trained about Dubai. If you lose something in a taxi, it's never lost. It comes back. They have a college of tourism. And so if you have a college of tourism, surely you want to encourage people to come and listen to what Dubai is doing so that they can also learn from that experience and use it in their own countries. So it's a whole network of activities, and Dubai is still doing more. So Ethiopia should not hesitate to also, of course, do more as well.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tony Princewill.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time.
I really appreciate being here. It's a fantastic opportunity. Thank you so much.
How do you get our studio?
I like it. This is impressive. It's I'm looking forward to seeing the screen and the control thing. I don't know if it will be possible, but yeah, I like what you guys have here. All I'm hoping on is that you guys help us, Dubai, promote us, and then we too ultimately will also help promote you as well.
Thank you very much for your time.
Pleasure.